multiple.
That's got to be a whole team. It can't just be one individual saying, right, you need to drop 30. It's got to be everyone delivering, and it's got to come down to Snappy being able to put the right players in the right position and call his way out of trouble.
And for me, I'm looking at Hades. He was the most lackluster in that first map up. If he can step things up and ENCE can maintain their form from that previous one, that could be enough to tip them past the scales and try gain this second map. But it's Aura's pick of Overpass on for a 2-0, and what a day it would be if Aura were able to 2-0 ENCE into IEM Fall. Pistols out for the T-side start for the Swedes. Zen's going to make his way up towards Graffiti and Jungle. Stappy can't find that first pick against Bobek, but Shine responds to him. Looks for Dotto with a hard check. Angle to the corner. No, they don't. Dia almost taking out his own teammate. Zen finds kills Dia with a frag back of his own. Hype trades 2v2. Hades in the back. Catches a kill. It's all on Zen. Up in heaven. That bomb is open for him. They're out in the open. He gets that headshot on the first player, but runs out of ammo for the second, and Dia can just about hold on to the pistol round for ENCE.
Just absolute chaos going down to that B bomb site. You can see the way in which he's just trying to hide, just get back over to the heaven position, knows that that bomb's not being stuck at all. And for Aura, they get 4 kills and a bomb plant. They're going to buy it up into the second. ENCE almost working with that chaos and just getting as many frags in as possible. Great hold for Dia to get the clutch together.
A good effort from the player at heaven, but it wasn't quite able to come together. Appropriate enough for ENCE to take the pistol round, but just about had to do some serious trading games between both sides. ENCE with the guns out early, but Aura with the bomb plot means the AKs can come to the fold. A couple of Galils as well. 2 AKs, in fact, for the Aura side, so a lot of firepower for them.
It does mean the util is very light, and for Franson, he's got the armor, doesn't have anything else, just a Glock, so Hades just going to be keeping an eye on, trying to see if they can fake it out, even getting a first shot onto Shine, so doing very well to find the first pick.
Franson only rocking that Glock means he can get that rifle right back into play, so it's not the worst of losses here for Aura. Still a very good shot for that scout, so ENCE can be happy with that. Aura can be a little bit scared. They fall away, start looking into the monster push here, smokes down at monster itself. Suppression from Dotto for the time being as Aura continue the default.
Yeah, France had just used the Glock to try and fake that they're just Glocking out this round, and Hades didn't take any damage from Shine, so they don't exactly know they're up against rifles, and this could be the element of surprise that ENCE aren't ready for.
55 seconds, and Hype is looking to lean in. Sees his man, gets Dia to 4v4 we go. SMG out for Dotto, doing a ton of damage, getting a kill back, but as Bobek can get the trade together, it will be a 3 versus 3. Hype looking for a bit more on Spinks, and he doubles in of his own accord, and it'll be it's a 2-man now. Stappy coming in from the backstab, Hades coming in from heaven. No one's watching Monster. I think Hype might have an inkling, and then as Bobek comes falling down, it will be an even man standing, but now information given up. Can Stappy get Zen as well? No, he can't. It's all on Hades. 3k clutch. Scoped in. Gonna look out towards the site, can't see either of these 2 individuals. There's no idea where Hype is repositioned to. Neither any idea where Zen's attacking from. Back at the back of default. The flick's not good enough, and Zen makes his own 2k happen for Aura to claim their conversion.
It's a great round for Aura, fighting back from the 4v5 deficit, getting some great entries up into that B bomb side, and just working together on the post plant. Couple of kills in for Zen, couple coming in from Hype. And you've got to imagine that for Aura, their comms must be hyped, knowing that they're already a map up into the series. Again, to draw on the storyline, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I was talking to Quicks in the break just there and asking about these guys. 4 or 5 months ago, Jay, they I don't want to say they were nobodies, but in terms of the local scene, they weren't even competitive. They weren't even up to the top end. And when you have a look back at some of those local Swedish events, they're down there in 6th, 7th, 8th place. They have worked incredibly hard these last months, and it's showing that on the server.
Well, definitely encouraging for them to get the map win and, of course, to convert the second round. Will it continue down that route again? ENCE still having some issues when it comes to their CT side. A small tech issue for the Aura side. Taking another quick pause into this one. Apparently another player crash involved. It's back into the game very quickly for Aura. AK's come back out and they try and put the hurt onto ENCE. Can they get an early lead again above these boys?
Well, it's just about keeping pressure on, and for ENCE answering back quickly. Aura, in terms of the weaponry advantage they've got, they put themselves in a grand position. AKs for pretty much everyone. Franson with that Mach 10, and that's not even the worst positions at all when you have a look at no one with head Kevlar.
Yeah, plenty of money can be gained by him. Is he ready for the triple boost, though, is the question. There are upgrade pistols. This is going to be much better than the basic USPs. Spinks sees Franson, taps him a few times in the back, and eventually shot to the torso. Is going to finish off the job. Open up the round for ENCE.
Oh, well, that's what they needed. An opening advantage. It does give the information pretty quickly that they are playing 3 on B for the CT setup. And out to that monster position as well. Dotto up close and personal. Aura really slowing down this default. Just playing incredibly passive.
Falling out of favour. Flashes are ready for Shine to go into that mid-control. He's tried bait Spinks into looking to the mid-control. All the teams can reposition and make their way into the B site via Monster. 2 players aggressive in Dia and Dotto opening on towards Monster itself. The flashbang's perfect for Snappy. Dia gets a couple of kills out. Bobek's got to get the trades together alongside Shine and maintain control, but it's a 3v2 that still favours ENCE. Nade at his feet. Snappy caught jumping, not quite dead yet. Reed face finds Shine, looks at Bobek, who's now got to clutch it in his own 4K. Bomb picked up, 14 seconds. Gotta get to the site, gotta get that plant down.
He's got the time to work with. Player out to that right-hand side of Graffiti, trying to isolate the 1v1s, but it doesn't happen at all. Great hold out to that monster position. The flash over the top caught so many of those T-sided players blinded, and now we start going back and forth.
Good assist there from Hades to allow the final kill to come in for Spinks. Indeed, we do go back and forth. Pistol gained for ENCE, conversion gained by Aura, responsive gained by ENCE. And another force back in from Aura will come forward for round 4. Galil, Scout, Deagle, P250 Tech 9. Kevlar and Util for anyone who can afford it. 2 smokes, 2 flashes. And use one of those smokes very early on into this round to try and extinguish those flames. The nades on from Zen, however, can't be avoided at all.
You've got to imagine whoever breaks this cycle and converts a couple of rounds in a row is really going to put a very early lead up onto Overpass. Hype with this Scout, just hoping to get a Scout v Scout duel. Hype missing that timing as Hades goes back passive, starts relocating on the A site out to long.
Jump face for Hype to allow some vision into that long position, but again, nothing being seen. Hoping to continue leaning up here. Continue hoping for some contact from ENCE, but they are being passive enough where they will not give anything up to Aura. No kills to open things. Still 55 seconds to go.
Snappy's hearing some of this information out to connector to the left-hand side, and with light on Util, it's going to be difficult for them to deal with him.
Speed door open. Snappy struggling to get even that first kill. Bobek allowed to pick in alongside Shine and now to maintain his life for Marcin. Badia also struggles to get that kill. Can finally finish off Bobek, but Shine's trading gets a double as Hades fools Dotto with a responsive, a 2v2 as the bomb will go down.
This is a great position for the T's to work with. Dotto down low, Spinks working on the edge of the smoke out in heaven.
Looking after that Scout, sees him. Taps a bit awkward on the adjustment for the AK, and Spinks gets tagged thanks to Zen's efforts. Flashes forward to the CT side. Coming out with a swing, Zen finds his pick back. Dotto trades to a one-on-one now. Shine's got the advantage. 29 HP versus the 100. The kit is in on Dotto, at least tapping that bomb once, but faced in 13 points of health. Shine's just going to get a good spray forward of the man. Time's running out for Dotto and everything, and the kill comes forward. 3k for Shine, and Aura Shine back.
And it's moments like that where, what do you say about ENCE but just sloppiness individually? Snappy out in connector, half blinded, not even really getting flashed. He struggles with that MP9. And then you've got Dia as well, out from Toxic. There needs to be more impact from the individuals, and we're just not seeing it for the international team.
It's allowed this back and forth to continue from Aura, allowed the conversions and the force buys to go well. ENCE. Deagle set across Scout back in for Hades. Looking for a headshot, but just can't seem to connect it. Premature, very panicked, very awkward from ENCE. And he becomes the first casualty to the hands of Bobek.
A great start to the round because Hades has been quite annoying to face in these last few with the Scout. A lot of tags up and some kills to follow. Snappy just peeking into connector, hasn't seen anything as of yet or heard anything. Him and Spinks have got the crossfire.
Swing in from Bobek, gets the kill back on Spinks. Spanthing one half of that crossfire. Smoke back in a Dotto on the A site defensive, and there's not really much. He can do here. Snappy kind of needs to provide support here. Over that, Odi is going to rotate up to join the man. Either way, the T's are converging, and Dotto's just got to find some sort of angle to work with. Maybe it might get Shine. All the players in mid here. As soon as he turns towards those guys, then trouble ensues, and trouble ensues as he goes down.
That side just gets opened up. Great walk set up. Snappy can't even find anything. A round in which they're even up against the Force. They don't lose any casualties. They don't really take any damage. Very silently start pressing their way up to that A site and give themselves a third. ENCE on the light eco. Aura can now start gaining a lead and start building with that.
Yeah, guns back out for them. AKs, Galils. ENCE having the standard USP set. Stacking towards that B site. That could catch Aura off guard if they want to go quick or if they want to try for a B site setup, which is what they're going to do on the default, actually. Rush in for Bobek. It could be a bit dangerous for them. They're going to play a bit more slowly. Start to get the information and probably to drive the CTs away.
No, Bobek, got to be careful about how much damage he takes because he can fall quite easily.
Ranton and Hyde do get those kills together, however, so the 5 versus 3 does ensue, and despite the dinks that came in against Bobek, seems like for the most part the T's will maintain control. Hades on 41, Spinks on 41, Nade to Spinks almost takes him out. 13 HP is allowed to stay alive for the time being. Hype. And wait for a swing back from Snappy. Follow up nade as well. Evaded. His Spinks has gone much more further passive. No, he can't across though. He must be up on the right hand side.
Jump over, deal with that first, and well, clean up for the rest. So damage was definitely done to the T side. There were moments where you thought, okay, there might actually be a couple of trades here, and ENCE might be able to do some further damage and drop some of those T side players. Doesn't quite happen. Now we go into the rifle investment, and for Hades, quickly going into the glass cannon AWP. He doesn't even have money for utility, so just gonna have the AWP, and that's it.
Yeah, 4-2. Aura into that monster position. Dia. So we're going to be a receiver alongside Dotto as they spray forward, and Snappy gets tagged up early. In that wallbang position, Dotto sprays forward, blind of the smoke. Shine caught. Force forward to the T side. They try to make their way in. D are going to try to look for Hype next. He does get caught back to a 4 versus 4. Nade damage done. Snappy's extremely low here for ENCE. Aura still trying to force the issues out. 4 HP for Snappy. HG comes over. The AWP spotted out by Zen. Can't quite find a headshot towards the man, so Hades can pick up the frag and get the man advantage for ENCE as Aura back away.
Yeah, just get out of there. Start working with the map control of Hype. He can get up to the A site and start doing some damage. And for ENCE, just rotations came into that B site so quickly. Aura got stuck out in Monster. They got so much counter utility going their way. And this long play from Hype has got to be everything because he's got to do damage if they really want to get it in this round.
Jump face for Hades. Scope in, hoping someone makes their way up towards long, and he might get gifted that opportunity for Aura. They actually make their way back in towards mid control. And ENCE are seeing nothing over on that B site. They've gone for the correct stack and the correct place, the correct reads, but Bobek still wins out the fight against Spinks. 3v3, 4 HP for Snappy as well. Hades up here with the AWP, got to get a big play into this. Hearing those footsteps, when does he face? When does he look for contact? Hearing them coming. Great shot on Hype. Secondary kill back. Bobek could get caught. Franson gets his kill, but Hades makes it a triple. Not quite a quadra. And Bobek can go for the plant, but Dotto's so close here at Dumpster. And that will cost Bobek his life and Aura the round.
Oh, jeez. Pressure on there. Bobek's got no idea. Absolutely no idea. Dotto's on slow on rotation. If he's backstabbing connector, just get that bomb down, get the extra money, and then start playing out the 1v1. And that is just not possible at all. Sneaks forward of that smoke. It wasn't without the assistance of Hades to the back of that truck position, doing so much damage with the orb.
Third up for ENCE. Aura not allowed to continue their own. Spinks aggressive back forward with the SMG, hoping that he can get some impact in for the ENCE camp. He's actually found his way up against the likes of Hype. Hype's not ready for that position. The SMG and a bit of damage here. Flashes forward. AWP Hades also there to bait in Bobek. Spinks gets another kill on Shine. This is well placed for the ENCE side. And finally, this team looks like a team.
It feels as if there's more energy, isn't there? There's more urgency in the matter. There's more aggressive duels being taken, good crossfires, good utility usage, and they're playing with confidence, which is something they lacked out in that first map. And Aura now just getting punished when the rifles start coming through. Franson hoping for a pick back, doesn't happen at all. What an excellent round from ENCE.
Yeah, 4-all equalising against Aura, breaking the backs of the T-side economy line. There could be a half buy involved for round 9. I highly doubt a force invest is really advisable for them when they can get rifles out for round 10. Gonna get a couple of upgrades here and there with HEs, Tech 9s, Kevlar, PT50 as well for Zen. So ENCE could be in with a lead here at long last. I think it's been... Have they ever had a lead so far in these maps? I don't think they have.
It's always been tied up scorelines. Even those HEs could just go out to the boost position and just get the nade stack in.
Burst fire, those nades do rain down upon Snappy, do the damage towards him. They charge out here, here come the PT50s and Tech 9s, Doctor with 2 frags, trying to make it a 30, he does get traded. Snappy able to respond, maintain control this alongside Spinks here, but on the back of Bobek, you go for that plant, get the money together for Aura, that'll be round success.
And they're going to hunt in, so as soon as that bomb goes down, he's going to die instantly. That is a decent round, though, for Aura. When you have a look at the investment, they don't have a lot. They do some damage by dealing with the anchors of Dia and Dodo onto the site and get a bomb plant. They can be happy with what they achieve there.
Yeah, 100%. 100% ENCE. Have the lead. Aura, however, have the damage and the money bonus. They'll force a couple of rebuys in for ENCE. You can see how that'll affect the economy state. Yes, there'll be a pretty decent float in. But the lower players in terms of the money line will start to show the cracks in ENCE's economy. Orp in for Hype, meanwhile, over on the Aura side. He was fantastic with that in the last map, but has another chance to shine as of right now. So let's see whether he can dish out some hurt to the ENCE camp. Hades taking face in against the likes of Bobek first. Doesn't see anything out of T-Con.
It's still the aggressive approach for ENCE. And Franson taking some early spam down to 62. How do they expect this at all? The T's are just waiting for an overly aggressive play. They might not expect the aggressive to just sit here.
Spinks wins against Bobek. As they sit there, they find success on ENCE. Or find a new way to work in and connect to for Zen. Actually could be able to catch off the likes of Snappy. Oh, turned away at the wrong moment, trying to adjust, but not sure where to aim and losing his life for it. It's a 5v3.
He tried everything to recover that. You're so out of position when you're not pre-aiming. And now for ENCE, you can start feeling as if the goods are starting to come together. 5v3 situation for them.
Big shot in against Franson. Shine with a responsive. Finally a kill going the way of Aura, but after it's already come up to a 4 versus 2, can Shine and Hype do anything towards us? A re-smoke towards Monster. The third one coming down, and Hype considering a shot through that smoke position unscoped when he had the perfect window opportunity to catch a player blind. Hades finds Shine, so it's all left to Hype here. Falling back towards T-Spawn, I think he's going to save.
You can imagine that there was a kick up the backside in the team chat for ENCE going out of map 1 and going into map 2 because they look refreshed, and individually they're on form, everyone's finding their moments, and Hades with the AWP, he's getting impact, which is a great sign. Yeah,
again, he was the guy that was lagging behind for ENCE, so to see him at the top of the board for the CT side, all important, all encouraging here for ENCE. As Aura get ripped apart in this particular round, in partial down to Hades' efforts, but also down to Spink, Snappy, and Dia. And 6-4 to the ENCE board. Aura have that AWP, and I imagine they probably force around it here. The money's still not fantastic for them.
Yeah, buy it up. Give yourself a good chance of answering back and keeping pressure on. Don't just let ENCE start running away with a huge lead and put yourself in a deficit situation. I've got to wonder how much more pace we can see from them, because really that was something that was going quite well for them. Tower boosts in? No, doesn't happen.
So a lot of teams stroked that over the last couple of weeks here, Dwight. It's obviously a couple of missed tower boosts in the previous series as well. And here for Aura, it does take away a chance to get the opening pick. ENCE work into the back of the B site. Smokes up, Shine and Zen make their way into connector. Establish some presence, some map control.
Yeah, very silent from Aura, and with this con pressure, this is actually one of the first times that ENCE aren't playing Snappy in con. kept it wide open. They are still aggressive into the bathrooms and rotated a third player of Hades up to A.
.60 left. That crossfire turning into an AUG. Spinks looking in. Snappy covering off that long control. Smoke's about to clear. He's inserted himself into a bit of an awkward line here. Aura making a little bit of noise as well. So info can be gained by the CT player. Could line up 2 picks. Seeing Zen, seeing Franson. Can't get that secondary kill, but now they think they might have dealt with all of the bathrooms present. Snappy might have made a footstep. They might be able to read that. Hades Orb set to the back line. Sees the shadow, sees Bobek. Swings back on Shine, not quite as successful. Now they've got to check long here, deal with Snappy. Shine sees his man, does not die to him. The bomb can go down. It'll be a 2-prong attack here for the retake.
Shine has to win that fight, and he does so onto Snappy. Now the rotation's coming through. D's just getting spammed up. They do find a pick back.
Dotto and D are so low, and it's easy for Hype to get his pick in. It's all left to Dotto. 2 points of HP. How on earth does he even grasp at this retake? Kit in, no util. Not even an AK to get the one shot, a headshot in on Shine and Hype. We're just going to fall back and save his weapon here. Grab that utility drop by his teammate. But most certainly not get this round here. Does win the fight on Shine. Is he going to go for this? Nah, no way. Easy kill for Hype.
Yeah, he's given himself a good chance of being able to create some sort of ninja in. Doesn't happen at all. And my goodness, how many jiggle pigs Shine gave Snappy at long. He was like, I'm going to bait him. I'm going to bait him. I'm going to bait him. And then eventually goes for that wide swing. That fight is crucial for the round success. It wastes time that Snappy cannot group up with his teammates. And it's the all-important kill on the backstab that gives them the information to look over to Bank and Dubstar.
Brilliantly done to get that kill together, and of course that's what really forced out the sight in the round. Tactical pause for Aura, coming in to have a bit of a celebratory moment, but also to figure out how not to lose as many players here. 4 went down, and of course ENCE are on the rebuy. Aura be a bit more difficult to get all the AKs out. You can see a Galil out for Franson already. Orp saved in for Hype, is going to give that bonus. Bobek, we got another weapon for somebody else out here, and Zen's going to take the FAMAS AK in for Shine. So 2 Galils for Aura. That will be the main exploitation point here for ENCE. They've got FAMAS out for Dotto as well, so their buy isn't exactly perfect either.
Yeah, Aura just knowing themselves, we're in for a challenge. This isn't going to be as easy as it was on the first map of Vertigo, because ENCE have come in looking stronger in map 2. Early counter utility for the anti-rush nades for the CT side to stop out from the monster push. A lot of players outside of monster going to pop though for Aura.
Util at the ready. A couple of smokes they can also abuse here for the Aura side. They're setting up that utility. Coming in with those heaven smokes down towards bridge. M4 swings out for Dia. Gets 2 kills. Franson responds to it. 4 versus 3. Flashes forward again to try and allow the T-side players to exit, but Dotto just wait in the midst of the smoke and wait for backup to get here. Close at the short entrance. A smoke on for the CT side, and Aura again held back a monster. They're not going to commit.
Oh, they've picked up the bomb. They're in a situation, though, where they'll know the ENCE have just over-rotated. Dia just pre-firing before he can even round the corner, gets away with a couple of kills. All the information gathered, and for Aura, now they slow it down. Now they start trying to see if they can bait the mind games and force ENCE to rotate back up to the A side.
Orb scoped in here on short. Can he look back in and win the fight against Hades? No, he can't. Shoulder given. Shot to the funny bone. And another kill against Zen, dropping that bomb, swing back out to the triple. Franson can get a trade, but Snappy there with his own responsive, and ENCE will get to 7.
Yeah, Aura running out of steam on this T side, and there's been a few situations in which they've had an idea of the call, and they've had to cancel. They've had to not go through with it, and then start double pumping, triple pumping, and being in a position where you're almost hesitant. ENCE, though, they've got a very good chance of getting a 9-6 half, or even 10-5 is possible.
Very possible here, I want to say. And for ENCE, that would definitely set themselves up on a nice foothold. Get 10 on the CT board, going to Aura's CT side with confidence. At the same time, though, it was a similar scenario before Aura brought us back to 8-7 in that last map, so ENCE still could lose out on this particular round. It is eco pistols, so just that 2-for-1 trade, simple stuff as it is on paper. Orb in the hands of Hype, though. Can he find an entry back onto the A site?
And for ENCE, just info plays. They're aggressing short water. They've got Deer in for connector. They know that it's going to be some sort of play up into this A site and can position themselves accordingly.
Commitments M4, awkward spray, NWP takes his fight, Spinks with that one fight, Hype can trade it, 2 kills to his name, and now going to wrap back over towards the bathrooms and go towards long, perhaps, on a rotation. The CTs might not be expecting that, actually. They're pretty much assuming they got it surrounded, but if they can make their way back out, Aura, it would be a very, very slow rotate. I'm not sure if they have enough time for that. And yeah, they're going to recommit to the A site.
Well, they have to. They're sandwiched in at this point. They don't have information on what's happening in connector to go through bathrooms and come down. You can't have that long wrap. The time's just not there. And for Snappy, he's alone on A. He knows that they're at it long.
Rotation's going to continue to commit here. They think they might have to let a gap go towards connector. For Dotto, Hype looking to swing, win that fight. Smoke down below the bomb plant, surely. 2v2. And ENCE at the advantage for the retake. SMG making his way up for Dia, can't deny against the likes of Shine. AWP ready for him, missed shot from Hype, all important. Tagged up. Dotto makes his way in, back over towards Dumpster, sees Hype, spray easy. AK swapped out to M4, I should say, for Shine, wrapping around against the man. Looking for the player in the back, and Dotto still wins that fight. HP advantage, working well for ENCE to get that retake together. Aura can't quite steal it, it's 8-5 for the CT side.
You have to imagine that for Aura, they can't get frustrated. They can't get tilted in that position. That's an easy kill for the AWP out in bank. And sometimes those frags just don't go your way. Keep yourselves in the game, because for ENCE, I'm thinking to myself that the mental portion and Aura just tilting out may be the demise for them on this map of Overpass.
Yeah, lacking in the confidence, I guess, a bit of pressure. Getting to the minds and the mindset of the T-side line. Tags on the Hades, damage done already. Little bit of damage being done, not a massive amount for Aura, but at least the start out. Smokes down a connector, not going to stop Stappy from getting the kill on Shine. Franson desperate to get a trade on Dia, but it's just not going to happen. 5 on 3, ENCE alive on the CT side, and Aura locked out of another round, I say.
This is a great half coming through from ENCE. They're playing with a lot of movement in and around the city side. They're peeking on each other's contact incredibly well. Zen does get an entry kill out to the toxic barrels onto Dotto. It's still, they're getting sandwiched in. There's so many players on this B side.
Hype trying to find a kill on Snappy, trying to find some sort of responsive, some sort of trade back to a 3-on-3. Just not going to happen. Aura held out a monster player up at the park position, could start pressing for Snappy's part, or he could catch Hype on the rotate. He could bait in all the T-side players. Seen there, the AK will take its fight, the M4 a bit premature on its spray. Does catch that next player, and look to double up. Nice and efficient, 3K for him, Hype, 1v4.
It's the slight adjustments like that, which is just class from ENCE, because that information's going to be coming. He's from party pre-aimer, and he's so much wider with them when they think that he's actually playing there. Hype is now going to try and win a 1v4. The time's just not there. If he can save onto this AK, then great. Even that's going to be a difficult ask. And for ENCE, they're going to find themselves up to 9. Hype just begging that he doesn't die after time.
Being hunted here towards T-Con, though. There could be a player involved against him. And actually, Hades opts to back away instead and not give up the double AWP setup that ENCE will have. Going into round 15. 9-5. With one more round of this half, Aura could have the tables turned against them by comparison to map 1.
And when you have a look at the numbers, it doesn't look dire at all for Aura. It's not as if anyone has kind of lagged behind. They're putting up some decent stats. It's very similar to the ENCE side in terms of the kills being found. It's just that extra press and these last few rounds with momentum that they have struggled with. Just seeing if they can end their half on a positive note. ENCE one more round away from making double digits.
Just knowing as well that ENCE have got all their elements in play here. No man is lagging behind. A spread kill of 10-12 between all players involved. So everyone from ENCE is being a major issue for the Aura camp. Well, they're going to find a way to break it here. Can he even do anything left in this half? I mean, they've got the AKs back in for the last round of it. Then get a 6, that could be encouraging to still take an opportunity on the CT side, but they might have to look towards that CT side already. Snappy finds that first kill on Hype. That's not a good start here in this round.
Just straight wallbang coming through. Re-smoke out from that monster position. Just try to slow these T's further and further down. Oh, they get another kill through some sort of smoke, some sort of wallbang where they don't have the information. That's heartbreaking for Aura.
Zen boosted up, trying to get some sort of trade, but the CTs are not giving up the angles here. Maybe a player D could give up the ghost, and finally Zen with a trade frag. Is that going to be enough to open up that B site? They've only got Dotto out here. Bobek's got to get the frag. Either that, or they've got to pull distraction over towards shore. Here comes the players walking out. Footsteps hurt, spray through. Flashbang keeps them blind. Snappy kills the back support, and Hades with the orb comes in from Connector. Clean up the last. 10-5 up for ENCE. Far better on map 2 as we go to the T side after the break. ENCE with a beautiful chance to try and make something happen in their opponent's map pick, Aura. 10-5 down on going into their CT side, but this could be their chance to change their fortunes again. They really rocked right in the second half of that last map, and this could arguably be their favourite half of this one. Pistols see the defuse kit out for Shine. No investment from Bobek for some reason. Utility in for Hades on the ENCE side. Looking like it's going to be a very fast execution at that, and only Shine will be left standing on the defence.
It's got to be retake heavy now for Aura. They put so many players out for the crossfire and connector that leaves 1 and B. Shine's going to have to play passive.
Players coming in towards that connector control can get quickly back into the site. All 4 from that A side of the map can come in and converge in against the ENCE camp. The bomb plant will be secured. Boost up to look in against Shine, who's made his way out towards Heaven, smoked off of position. Snappy joining his teammates back up here. When do Aura strike, and how do they go about it? No flash peek in, just straight up peeks together. Dia gets 3 kills, headshots aplenty, trying to make it a quadra. Hades steals it, and just like that, ENCE swamp Aura on the backstab, and Shine's left in a 1v5.
Ah, damn. That's unfortunate, because I look at that situation and I think the only guy with util is out in heaven. How is he going to support with utility for the monster players? If he was out in short order, if he was behind them in the pack in monster, it could have been a different situation. But the way they position themselves, they can't really get that utility forward. And Dia just up close and personal towards that monster position just runs riot with the Glock. So many kills going his way. And for Aura, they kept it tight and competitive in the early stage of this map. And now it just feels like it's falling apart completely.
Yeah, ENCE reversing the roles by comparison again to map number 1. Seeing how down they went and how very quickly their second half fell apart, and Aura in a very similar state with the back of the pistol round, and the Eagles back in, of course, with the force by Hype getting caught first and foremost over at long. Zen ready with the Deagle, has a teammate in France and here to try and crossfire against them. We'll get forced back in some harder cover. Deagle shots in, Spinks could drop, but no, he gets 2 frags. Dotto lurks back at birthday. Shining a 1v5 again with no real chance to do anything here.
Not at all. Hope to save some of it into the next round. ENCE getting up to 12. And I'm happy that we're seeing ENCE play like this on map 2. I'm still asking myself, though, why didn't we see this on map 1?
It's a big question, honestly. Like, I kind of had them written off to a certain extent in this map, but now that we saw what we're down on Vertigo, it's good to see they're back in business, though. At least Shine will get 1 frag back on a Galil, but only a Galil being dropped here for ENCE. They're not going to be splitting that too much. Even Snapping doing a chasing with the Mac 10, win out that fight and get the Galil right back in their hands. But yeah, it is a solid question. Where was this ENCE in map 1?
It's just the deficit, isn't it? 7 rounds. It feels so much, and, well, they're going to make it 8, aren't they? Just light eco, upgrade, slight bit of utility here or there so they can have some nade stack. They've got a flash over the top, try and catch him off guard. And for Snappy, he's going to be hungry to farm with that Mac 10.
See if we get any sort of frags in against them. Again, no Kevlar for Aura. Gonna lead that charge into connector with the man right behind him being Spinks. Snappy. We'll see nothing over on the A side. It's a hard B stack. Maybe you could cut them off on rotations. For ENCE, this should be a pretty easy 13th round, though.
Now, even just the slight fake out to that B site with a flash is just going to hold them ever so slightly. And they're not using util on A. They are walking up, and now the CTs are going to start rotating. It's too late.
Making his way in. Bomb plant should be secured by Dia. Nades back to do some damage to the CT line. And that's going to be easy pickings for Snappy now. 2 kills. Not quite that third. Going to get overwhelmed by the likes of Shine, and the flank positions involved for Aura doing their damage as appropriate. Nades on, forcing Spinks back away. But Aura with no real chance to make any sort of play here in this round.
Look for an exit. You know that that Mac 10's been picked up by you guys, so there probably won't be another one of those farming weapons. They're going to kill onto Spinks. They're doing alright here. Hoping that they could just get any more. If they could save onto a rifle, great. Not going to happen at all. Triple coming in for Dia. And just everyone in terms of individual stats. I mean, stats aren't everything. It's just such a contrast from what it was in the first map where individuals were really struggling. That's not the case at all coming into Overpass.
Pistol conversions won in this half by ENCE. Rebuy, of course, for the rest of the weapons of Aura. The first gun round out of the half. Need to get this gun round victory, and if they want a chance of still taking this one in a 2-map affair, ENCE taking us to a 3rd map in this series. Dotto, AK, straight up into the short position. Jump face from Zen. Trying to hunt for individuals of the ENCE side. But still not seeing anything. Still waiting back passive.
I'm hoping for something out of the blue, something creative here for Aura, rather than just the passive default. Something that caught them off guard like it did on the first map. B-side execution coming in from ENCE, so much utility. And
they damage down the Dia and Spinks. Shine's going to hold back a toxic Molotovs towards the site. Bobek towards water alongside Zen. India is leaning on towards that ramp control, and Snappy draws first blood of the round. Zen can trade back towards it. Shine and Zen are going to be tagged up extremely low. Shine in particular burning to 18 points of HP as Zen goes dropping. Advantage ENCE. Looking up to heaven, seeing the next M4 to face. AWP going to rotate in a connector. Better be ready to deal with the likes of Snappy here. In fact, he does catch the kill on towards Hyper. Shine falls back with a wall bang, and Dia and Hades combine to deal with the last. ENCE are back in this game, in this match, 14-5. The deficit just grows, and Aura forcing the issue because they know they can't take us to overtime.
And what a contrast that is of ENCE being halted in Monster. When you look back to Aura and some of those B takes that didn't quite come out successfully, they just stop, don't they? And they cancel setup. ENCE there, it's not quite a double pump, it's just like a walkout. You've got the first wave of utility, you're getting spammed, you're getting a lot of anti-rush nades in from your opposition. They still are working. They're still making more map control, more territory gained out from the short sandbags position, out to the grill angle, and they're all moving about on the site, making it so difficult for the anchors to feel comfortable. And this time around in the early rounds, they are going to take some opening damage for Dia and Snappy, so some sort of return for Aura in round 20.
That's how they started the last round, though. They weren't able to hold off against Dia and Snappy when they came up with the kills, and they came up towards the site execution. Or I've got to work much harder to get that far in this particular round. Again, that one M4 for Zen is going to be the only M4. ENCE play slowly, continuing to walk up that long position. Two players out of T-Com will look to try and join them as well. Or will they try and get some mid-control and attempt the split?
This is proper gambly out from Aura. They're going to stack quite hard up to the A side. Long range by the MP9. That is not an easy kill at all to find.
Waits in the AK to give up information as well. That allows maybe Hype to set himself up for a decent face-in. Tries to figure win out that fight against Spinks. Yes, he does. Meanwhile, Util coming in for the T-side line. Execution onto the A site. Shine falls back that flashbang. Still looks for a gap on a smoke. Sees Dia. Sees the man behind him as well. Second face, second kill. And Hades, all that remains a 1v5. An all-important force invest there for the CT forces. Get themselves control of this as they deny ENCE on map point.
Awful dumpster smoke coming in from ENCE, and just when they've already taken so much of a hit, being down in the 3v5, you can't be missing utility like that, otherwise you're going to get punished on the gaps. AK gets picked up from Hype, they can't quite recover any more of those sort of weapons. Well, actually, they do sneak in a second one, so they got a slight extra upgrade. ENCE, they got sort of handled in that last round.
They did. Aura gaining, the AK is gaining their first in the CT half. Now they've got to carry it forward for a ridiculous number of rounds in a row. 8 still is the difference between the lead and the deficit. Hype. Except with the AWP, of course, saved in from the previous round. They couldn't have afforded that had they not picked it up off the dead body of Hades. Still challenged by Dia, successfully forcing that CT back.
Well, they get the early info on where the AWP's playing out from. Bobek, very aggressive out from the sandbags. Needs an advantage to win out this first duel and just takes it dry.
Good start for Aura. Dotto first to fall. Spinks. No, he didn't lose much here in this particular position. The bombs, of course, right back up towards T-Con, so they can get picked up by ENCE. Where do they go with it, though? Back in towards Monster to the B site, or do they want to form up with Dia and go towards A again?
Dia's put out a flash to that long position, just trying to see if they can hold the CTs at bay. And when you look at the setup, there's only 2 on B. There can be that quick rotate from Zen to try and help him out. And for ENCE, they still have so much util to get a B pop and just an execution out from Monster with that late walk-in from short.
Flash is over. Molotov's on Toxic. Should force Shine away. At least in theory it should do. Burning quite significantly down to 61 points of HP. Flashes continue going over. Dia looks back on Spinks, gets his kill onto Bobek. Spray on towards Dia, finds Zen as well. Shine still sitting in the midst of this smoke. Dia's going to check Toxic. He might not check the off anchor. Bomb plant can be secured, could also be denied. Snappy can get checked. Shine's going to see 2 players. Struggles to get Dia together. Snappy can trade it. 1v2 against Francis and Hype. Hype's low. Francis tagged less than 46. Snappy Holds himself away, just barely recovering position. Needs a tap, needs a kill. One-on-one now, knows where Fransen's coming from. On the site that AK will lead to. Snappy looking for a gap, does catch one. Can he catch Fransen as well? No, Fransen wins out his fight and wins all around.
Oh, that is tight. That is down to the wire. And what a statue play coming through from Shine. He's just sitting there in the smoke. They've got no idea about it. And for a moment, you think to yourself, oh, he's going to whiff it. He's not going to quite get the second. Yeah, he doesn't win the round completely himself and just get a crazy 3K. That second kill was so important to set up that clutch.
All important rounds. All-important survival again for Aura. You can probably look at the match point victory for ENCE as being the one that turns the map over towards their favour. So Aura are fighting desperately on this final lifeline. 7 to go to equalise. Shine. Backs turn, expecting there to be a quick monster pop. Just flashes going over, Molotovs back in, counter nades involved, the smoke's going to suppress vision. Gain information, but ENCE have cancelled the hit.
Now, ENCE are doing a very good job of baiting in a fair bit of the util for the B anchors and just trying to get them to explode everything. Shine and Bobek, all they've got between them now is a smoke. Yeah, they will have that rotation in from Zen that can provide some sort of assistance. ENCE has still got so much time on the clock. Off angles coming through. No one's playing out to Monster for the CTs.
See, Bobek's going to try baiting in that Monster. See, Snappy. Great kill. ENCE got to lean back for Shine. Does get caught off by Spinks. Smoked down to buy a bit of cover for the CT player that's still out there. Hurled on the drop down towards bridge. Will they try blind firing? They will. They won't catch him. Backup has arrived, but Dia still swings out wide. 4v3. ENCE have sight and the bomb plant. Zen's going to try to deny it here. Could catch a bit of an angle here. Spinks could get detected. Look back towards water. Dia falls. Sees the third man as well towards short. Where's the fourth? Also coming in from short at the same time, a little bit staggered. Zen swinging up, sees the player on sight. No, he doesn't. Gets Hades instead. And Fransen still thinks that might be the player out there. Dotto can find the angle, look for Hype, get his kill. Backs turn towards Fransen, but does the 180 transfer and gets ENCE on map points.
Yeah, Aura just getting scrambled on the site itself. Just being able to have Zen getting on top of default, 2 kills and dropping down, you feel like that round is yours. You've given yourself the advantage. You're looking for just that extra amount. And Dotto, what a spin around to look back over to the pit angle, be able to find a couple of kills on the site itself, get ENCE up to 15, and Aura, even the buyback into round 23. We're not seeing the full rifles out, are we?
Yeah, SMGs and a scout out for Shine and Bobek. Hype, not even on the AWP. Sprays through from the man. We'll try it, burst in from the smokes. Catch nothing. Molotov's up. AK sees what's going on. Can't quite catch Shine. He'll do a little bit of damage towards that. The nades on towards that player. Still not landing. Finally, the kills come back for Hades and Dotto. Zen there with a responsive, trying to see if he can maintain his life. Gets ahead of the Molotov. Spinks gets caught. Transfer back to Snappy. Not quite as successful. Hades also finds Bobek. And now Hype with a scout. Several players are tagged. Could still win this fight. Still can't find the players. Frag on towards Hades. Where's the second man? Snappy's right around this corner. USP got to find that frag, but no. The AK gets the headshot before he even gets that chance. And it's 16-7 as ENCE take us to map 3.